engineer for almost 3 years now, and it's been amazing. So I've had a chance to talk to a couple of students, a couple of aspiring DevOps engineer, and what I always tell them is what someone told me. And this person told me nobody was born a DevOps engineer. Nobody was born maybe a pilot, a doctor, or anything, but we all train to become that thing. So it has to do with your dream. It has to do with what you really want. It has to do with your passion. If you really want it so badly, like there's a saying that if there is a will, then there is a way. So if you really want to become a DevOps engineer, you can become a DevOps engineer. You just need to do the work. Yeah. So what I'll do today is I have a small book here. I was just listening to your questions and I was jotting a few things because I thought I could maybe elaborate a little bit on what Mavic said, because at least I've been working for some time. I've had the opportunity to work in a few as a consultant. You have the opportunity to work with different projects, with different companies. So you get exposed to different environments, different tools. It can be challenging, but it's rewarding because at the end of the day, you get to learn more, right? So um for those who are asking the question about your prior background, if you had a prior background in IT, I do not have a prior background in IT. My background was in law. I came to Canada with a law degree. That was it. I had no idea about IT as a whole. I thought IT was maths. I had a lot of misconceptions about IT because of lack of knowledge. But when I came and I was looking for something I could do real quick, then I did not need to pay so much tuition fee because I didn't want to take the loan for to study, like the school loan, and end up with debt. And then I wanted something I could work from home because I was a young mom with children. I just thought of IT. In fact, I didn't think about IT. Somebody told me about IT, and this person was a lady with 5 children, and she was doing 2 jobs. And when I was talking with her, she told me nobody was born a DevOps engineer. You can become a DevOps engineer. So she encouraged me, and then I got into the class, and the rest is history. So I didn't have a DevOps engineer. I didn't have an IT background, but I was able to go into the program just like you are here today. I was able to start, and it took me a few months, and I had a job, and I've been on that job till date. And then one of you guys asked um, if if you had to look for external materials. I think two people were asking if the materials we got from Prof is enough or if you needed extra material. What I would like to tell you is the first thing I'll tell you is to get into the class, get enrolled, because it's like you're trying to know what is at the end of something without having started. So the journey of a million miles starts with one step. The first thing is to start. And the second thing I'll tell you is you start, when you start going, sorry, we are in a retreat ground, so it's a little bit noisy. So I just had to withdraw to have this meeting. Yes. So the first thing is to start. And the second thing is to be consistent. Know what you want. Be so serious about it. And know what you know very well. Go through the program. And when you're done with the program, you go for your interview. The interview program itself, or the interview process itself, is a learning process for everybody because IT is broad. Different companies are looking for different things. So my company might have my way, my processes, my environment, have different tools, and some other company has different interests. They are producing something else, different service, different goods, different processes. So they will have different ways of interviewing. They have different things they are looking for in a candidate. But the thing is, like Mavic earlier said, most of those tools are related. It's just like if you're in Canada, you can be using the Bell internet or the Bell telephone internet, or you could be using Rogers, or you could be using Telos. They all give you access to internet on your phone. They all give you phone services, right? So if you have an idea of how Bell works, you have an idea of what Rogers or how Rogers work, and you equally have an idea of how the others work. Maybe say in Nigeria, you could be using Glo, some other person could be using MTN, some other person could be using Etisalat, I don't know the different ones. But there are some basic things that are the same or that are true to all the different phone companies. So what am I trying to say? You can never know all those tools because there is so much competition out there. So many companies are producing different services, right? So you need to, what Prof does is that he looks for the most popular. Like in terms of cloud, we are going to teach you more on the AWS cloud because that's the most popular cloud. But it's also going to give you a bit of things about the Azure cloud, the Microsoft cloud. But mind you, if you have a mastery in any of those clouds, you can work in any of them. Any company can confidently employ you because you have an idea about at least the cloud. The same as some measured tools like the build tools, you might use different build tools, but the most popular tool that we use is the Maven, which is what he will teach you. So for be it the build tools, be it the monitoring tools, be it the testing tools, whatever those tools, he's going to select the most popular ones and really teach you on it, and then maybe give you a little bit of idea about the other tools so that you at least you know about it, such that if you know what you know and know it very well, it's enough for you. But of course, you might want to browse on YouTube, you might want to browse on Google, because even when you start working, Google is your best friend. You have to always go to Google, you have to always go to YouTube, right? So but before you want to go around looking for external materials, you have to make sure you have, first of all, consume all of what is given to you on your environment because it's so rich, it's so precise. What the disadvantage of getting things from YouTube and Google is that sometimes they're not consistent because it might not you might not have the beginning, you might have the end, or you might not have the end, but you have the beginning. You get what I mean? DevOps is an end-to-end process, so it's kind of connected. So what he teaches you, he kind of connects the things together. Unlike when you go to YouTube or to Google, you just pick up ideas. But not nonetheless, it's very important to also go there and challenge yourself. Look at the different job descriptions, look at the different processes in different companies, just to make you ready, even on how to build your confidence when you're going for interview. It's good to look around. But you also have a full package during your boot camps where they're going to teach you. Those who have gone, who have had jobs, they always come back to help you, to share their environment with you. Prof himself has been working for a long time, so he's able to mimic that, to bring you hands-on experience, to show you what he does at work, so that you have an idea, you can kind of step into his shoes. So you are already being groomed as a DevOps engineer. We are assumed to be working already as a DevOps engineer while you are at Lion Tech, because that's what gives you that confidence to speak at the interview. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody had any particular question, but I just thought I should answer those questions because you guys asked those questions a number of times from Mavic. So, Prof, are you there?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for the time and everything. And yeah, I don't know if anyone has a question or let's see. There's no question in the chat. Anybody has a question, please?